What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Drementfh, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. And before we jump back into the Retribution, a little bit of real-world news that I am excited to share and really happy about. So my girlfriend and I, we're not going to be girlfriend and boyfriend anymore. We are getting married next year. I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. It's an amazing time, and I love her to death. And sweetheart, since I know you listen to these videos when you miss me, I just love you, and I hope you're sleeping well tonight, because you're amazing. But with the sappiness out of the way, well, it's not out of the way for me, because I am super excited. I am, like, almost giddy here. It's like, I am literally giddy. So, I will try to focus and make sure this is a good episode, but just know that that's there. So, what we were going to do last time is we were going to name a couple more of these regiments before we assaulted Karak Angazar. So I have a couple of them in mind. We are going to call one of our rangers Shadow Rangers, after our good buddy Oric. Looks like we can't do that, so we'll just go Shadow Division. That sounds good. We're going to call... I don't want to right-click on them, I wanted to go this way and rename these rangers here. And we're going to call them the Flame Outriders, for our good buddy Phoenix. And I keep right-clicking for some reason. These Quarrelers are going to become the Ryan Marines, after Ryan. And these last Quarrelers with great weapons, let's go with the Epileptic Quarrels, for one of our new subs, who's an awesome person. So then we've got it balanced out a little bit. So now that we've got that done, and I've remembered to do it because they had all gold, I'm pretty sure we don't have any gold over here yet, except for the Warriors Dragonfire Pass, and they are already named. So Joneth was over here, and he's named after one of our subs too. Ironically enough, the man that's going to be my brother-in-law in a year's time. So that's awesome. We've been dealing with Skaven Blight and all the rats coming across the water. We've had to deal with getting our new conquered territories up. We're not doing too bad overall, though we do have to start looking at fighting the battles ourselves a little bit more. And we have come into contact with Karak in Barak Far. Now, Karak is actually occupied right now by the Crooked Moon, so we're going to have to take that back on our way through, because that was one of our goals. We're going to retake all the Dwarven homelands, and the Dwarves themselves,
for the wisdom of
yeah, they're not in a good place, but we can help them out. The other big thing is that Belegar Ironhammer himself is going into the Ogre Kingdom's last three strongholds, Akendor, Karaganzagar, and Medorka. We're going to take those, and then we'll swing through and go after Karak. So we have it all planned. It's going to go good. Let's look at
Let us begin.
Joneth here. Now, we are making 471 income per turn right now. It's not a whole lot. And we could possibly use more, but we only have a couple of grand to deal with.
If you dare.
So we got lots of Slayers, we got lots of solid infantry, and we got some Quarrelers. I think we're just going to leave Joneth there for now. Let's deal with the battle that's upcoming, because this is what we were going to do last time.
Kill him.
Now, if we go in here, it's saying it's going to be a decisive victory. What does the battlefield terrain look like before we just chop in here? Again, they only have one unit of ranged infantry, so we're not actually fighting inside the Karak itself. So if we fight this battle, we should be able to deal with it, and we'll send our rangers out to the side to scout and do all that sort of nifty stuff. And it should do us just well. And then after we take these three Ogre territories, we'll have a second to catch our breath. Well, drink a whole bunch of mead. We are playing Dwarves after all, and we have to retake Karak 8 Peaks. So we'll deal with that as it comes, but yeah, it should be good. I wish there was a few more of the cards in here that would cycle through depending on your race. I'd love to see like conflicts between the Dawi and the Dawi Zar, all that sort of stuff in here. It'd also be nice if the backgrounds were a little bit better, but you know, they've given us a whole bunch of free wallpapers for the main field or the main entry. Wow. Main menu. Come on, Dre, stop being so goofy. Alright. So let's divide our warriors up like so. And where's our engineer? There we go. Okay, so let's look at what we got here. We know this battlefield fairly well. They've got ogres up there where we can't see their trappers, it looks like. So let's just put our warriors across here like so. With our quarrelers in a good place to shoot. I'll put him over there, he'll be able to shoot. I want the room priest up here, and the Thane's going to go over here. Belegar we're going to put up front and center, and our rangers we'll put over here, and we'll have to deal, if we put them a little bit closer, there, if we go up here, might be able to, a little bit closer, there we go. So now if we start the battle, we're going to pause real quick, and we're just going to get our infantry up a little bit. Now, our engineer is shooting, so we don't need to worry too much. He should still have a clear line of sight over there, but let's move him anyway. Our rune priest is going to be holding the corner on that side. Belegar can move up, and our Thane can move up, while all of our quarrelers move into position as well. And our rangers will take care of some of the ogre bulls, hopefully, before they get over. We're just going to have to pay attention to this side of the field. Haven't actually killed any units yet, but we're dropping the hit points of the unit pretty well. And there goes an ogre.
Move now! Charge! Belegar Ironhammer! I go!
Now we're only going to let them get to a certain point before we just order a straight up charge. Okay, so they're pretty much where we want them. These three are going to go there. Our great weapons into there. And those are our bringers of sunshine. Those are our hammerers. There's the Noblar trappers, but we're not too worried about the trappers themselves. And Belegar, get yourself involved in that combat. Alright, not looking too bad. It's supposed to be a decisive victory. We've already got some of the ogre units just straight up broken. Our rangers are doing pretty good. The shadow division's doing very well. And the flame outriders for our buddy Phoenix, they're doing good too. Let's see if we can just turn our quarrelers and just blast those Noblar trappers. And there shouldn't be too much to go here. And there we go. That's a decisive victory on our part. And we're going to restore this Karak back to Dwarven control. Have a really good time with it. We lost 17 dwarves compared to 220. Most of those were Noblars, so it's not really exactly a great trade overall. But by taking this, Karak will be able to start swinging east and doing a little bit more. And we have to get the Everpeak back. So we kind of got to push for that. And getting Karak into our control will give us access to a good diamond mine. And that'll help our financial situation fairly well. Especially if we can start opening up trades to the north of the mountains, especially north of Blackfire Pass, and help out the Empire against Sylvania and the other Vampire Counts armies, so we'll have to deal with that soon. We'll occupy that.
True king of 8 peaks.
And now that that Carrick is under our
One's
control,
heir.
let's go to Belegar himself.
Belagar.
Gather the old clan. We got the Age of Reconquest already. Charge bonus. I'm kind of tempted to make him better himself, but these army bonuses are really, really strong. We haven't got to get up to Grimnir's heirs completely yet, but that'll give our Slayers a little bit better. Let's go with Gather the Old Clans, because we are going to have to reinforce as we go. We got great weapons, we got a lot of Dwarf Warriors especially. Let's get a Grudge Thrower since we're going to be here for this turn anyway, and we're now up to 812 per turn. Our Garrison Lord is going to stay there, and we have some buildings that can upgrade right now. Let's throw some growth in there. Let's check what we can do as far as our
Ready.
alliances and diplomacy goes.
Yes. Welcome, kin.
Alright, let's get a trade agreement with them. Hopefully that'll help out
and metal. I am busy with my
our dwarven
alchemy,
friends.
but acceptable.
Alright, so that's some trade agreements done.
Those who displease me.
Yes.
It is time. The more.
The Maw would love to have a peace treaty with us, but they only have 2 settlements left, and they're completely outmatched. So next turn, we're going to march Belegar down and take Majorca, and then we're heading for Akendorf. And if we can take those, we'll be fine. Now, Clan Squire and the Broken Axe are at war with us, but I'm not too worried about that right now. So we've got a lot of buildings we can upgrade. So in the Western Border Princes, we could start upgrading all this, which would be fine. Swarrick is part of it, which I'm tempted to do right there. Carrick Heron can't get upgraded. Carrick Izor, nope. But he's very tempted, because that would give us access to Thanes, and yeah, we're going to go right there, and we're going to upgrade our capital, Zarak Zil, and do that. I'm not too worried about the Beastmen right there for a while. We can outshoot pretty much every army that we're encountering right now, except for the armies of Wood Elves. Now, we're kind of deteriorating with them a little bit more, but Wood Elves are alright. Like, we can handle dealing with the Wood Elves for now. But that's going to do it for the first turn, and let's let the other nations go and see what happens. We're up to over $1,000 of income per turn, and the more we do, the better off we're going to be. Nice big slug of water. And it looks like the Skaven have a hero near us. That's a Packmaster, so it's one of the Clan Molder heroes. At least it's not a, don't remember the Warp Block Engineers. They're the ones that cause explosions. Alright, Greybeard's Prospectors are gone. We're going to accept all refugees. Glippy is ready to come back in. Grow our forces. We've been successful at that. And we got the Banner of Lost Holds, which gives us weapon damage and melee attack.
Lord of the Angron.
Alright, so let's actually see if we can put that onto Belegar, because we can send that onto our Hammerers unit and be really more effective. The Disciples of Sunshine, or the Bringers of Sunshine can do that. Let's take Majorca, and then we'll move towards Akendorf. And if we can take all these, I'm going to be really, really happy about it. It's the same sort of fight, but now with us a lot better positioned, and we'll have some artillery finally. And because it's a Grudge Thrower, it's going to be anti-infantry. It's going to help us against the Noblars at least. Not necessarily against the Ogres. A Bolt Thrower would be better for that. But we can start working our way up towards black powder weapons. Cannons, organ guns, Hellblaster polyguns. I don't think we get those, but I really wish we did. Or we can just, you know, get some from the Umis, because that's fine. Alright, so let's put everything as it was before. Our main group, followed by our other group. Now we do have a set of Quarrelers that have hit rank 7. We're going to have to name them shortly. so let's put our Dwarf Warriors in position. We're going to do the same thing. Rune Lord at the edge with our Thane and our Engineer on the left flank. And Belegar is going to be up front and center, or as much to the front and center as we can get him. There we go. Put our Quarrelers back here. That looks good. And we'll put our Rangers off to the side. Kind of want to use the hill as a little bit of a deterrent. There we go. That'll work. And we'll put our Grudge Throwers up here. Now, I'm hoping they're going to do well for us. Let's start the battle. Going to be pretty much similar sort of stuff. Alright, let's advance our infantry, get our Rune Lord up. Our Thane can come up. Belegar can come up. Get our Quarrelers into the fight.
Move now! Move! Go!
We fall back with the Shadow and Flame. Yeah, it's a Balrog. Just deal with that. Now let's just target these guys over here. Great weapons can go there. Great weapons can go there. Hammers can go there. Belegar, we're going to get you to charge in like this.
Take them down!
Let's actually get those great weapons over there.
The clans unite!
Alright, Belegar is in the fight, so let's get him to pop off his oh, I forgot to put our banner onto our hammers. That kind of is silly.
Warriors!
Shouldn't take too long to win this fight, though. There we go. It's not too much of a big deal for these minor ogre settlements. We might have some more trouble when we get to Akendorf, but we'll see. Yeah, that should work pretty well, actually. And it looks like all of our Quarrelers have leveled up to gold standards, so we can give names to all of them. And it gives us a chance to have some of our names appear up in all of this, so it's great. We got a gleaming pendant out of that, but we'll occupy that area.
Lord of the Angron!
Alright, so let's level up our characters here first. More missile strength for the army.
Yes!
He's got Deadly Onslaught. Let's give him Ancestral Grudge, just because we can.
Very well, I will
Okay,
do
there's
as
second
you
rank
ask.
Master of the Forge, which will help us out greatly. And then, the Rhine Marines there. Let's call these the Grim Quarrels, after Grimaldus. And that could be after those. Let's call these highlights. Or another one of our subs. That works out. We're getting close on the other ones too. Though some of these units might be folded into one another after a while. And we're going to get Belegar towards Akendorf. With any luck, we'll be able to take Akendorf no problem.
Thirst for war.
Over here, we are going to get some Grudge Throwers. Oh, we're going to get a Grudge Thrower on the go then. As well, it's going to hurt our upkeep per turn. We do kind of need it, especially if we're going to be going after Skaven Blight in a not too distant future. Sartosa is ready to level up, and we'll probably do that next turn, because if we can get Sartosa up, that will give us a chance to start getting towards the Smithy's Tavern, which is a massive, massive bonus to our coast. And if we can hold that coastline, we can deal with the followers of Nagash later on. Looks like there's some... Ooh, vampire. Chaos Rebels. Huh. Wonder why they got so much Chaos Corruption. Alright, now is there any quick deals that we can do quickly? Choice of words.
Yes.
Defensive alliance with Averlander, or with the vampire counts of Sylvania.
Come then. Only
Defensive alliance would be great. We only have 2 places, and we might have to pull Joneth back to deal with it. We don't quite have enough to upgrade everything, so we're going to let the other nations go and see how it works out. Glippy is almost ready to come back into the fight, so we'll see.
I am revenge incarnate. Know this.
You're going to want a peace treaty, and we are not going to accept your peace treaty. Speaking of my fiance now, texted me out of the blue to let me know that all of her family is super excited. She's told the last of them, and it's great. I'm really, really, really happy. So that little pause there is me texting her back, because, well, what am I going to do? I love the woman to death.
True king of 8 peaks.
So let's move up here. And there's a full ogre army in there.
Begone, or I'll take your hands.
So we're going to set up here. Try to draw them out. And
Summon me if
over
you
here,
dare.
we now have the finances to get Sartosa upgrading. Because there's 2 special buildings here. One of them is the smithy. I don't know why it's wanting to go away so fast. The other one is the Peg Street Pawn Shop. Golden idol resource, exotic animals, dwarf beer, spices, and elven trinkets. It's a lot of trade goods. So we're going to want to do that. And Joneth, I don't know if we could take Skaven Blight with that army. It's got a really, really, really strong garrison, including 3 units of Storm Vermin. Storm Vermin are their elite infantry. I would love to get a peace treaty with
The nation
them.
calls.
Reichland.
Welcome, oldest friends. Affirmative.
We will definitely get a non-aggression pact with you guys going.
No evildoer may...
Sigma.
It hungers.
Clan Scryer's not ready. We're going to have to pay attention
Aye.
to what Belagar is doing. I would love to advance.
True king.
Now, Skragg the Slaughterer is getting more troops. He's got 4 units of bulls, some saber tucks. We're just going to have to be careful as to what we do. Can we get any of these buildings upgraded? We have our siege workshop. We can't... We need 4 more turns for that. 1 more turn here. Go like that, and then we'll just send it all out, so the other nations go. And we'll see how they work it out. We're down to about 140 nations, and with that amount of chaos corruption down there, Arkland is now fallen. Alright, we got toolmakers, so again, we're getting more and more enter military alliance with any faction, so that'll be gold and something else. Let's look at our Call to Clan is good because it's warriors and miners, but Dwarven emissaries is also good. Interlocking shields, again, good for our shield infantry, and these are the Bugman's Rangers, which are kind of nice. They're really good. Oh, it's so tough to pick some of the upgrades in here sometimes. Since they're all so quick, you tend to get a lot of them over time. Let's get... It's hard to pick. Recruit rank for Dwarf Warriors and Dwarf Miners. That, however, does not lead into anything. Interlocking Shields goes to Vanguard Prophecy for Rangers, and if we go from there, it goes to Call Upon the Oaths of Old, which is our Longbeards, and if we go into Marching Songs, it's all infantry units. And if we go to Iron Price, it goes well. So we're going to go Interlocking Shields. We do have a lot of shield infantry, and they're fairly efficient.
Begone, or I'll take your heads.
There's a lot of Ogre units there.
Our ancestors would be proud, seeking vengeance.
Now, if we go to raiding, give us a little bit of cash for right now. I want to draw them out.
Any who interfere, I serve only the great and more.
And it looks like our Thane, the young Prince Thane over here, has leveled up, so let's grab Ancestral Grudge for right now. It's really hard to pick with some of these. I want to push harder, but at the same time, could be risky. I don't want to go there. Now, we're already at war with Skaven Blight. They are pushing west, I think. Castle Carcassonne is there.
Yes.
Joneth's army is only 15 strong. Not quite strong enough, and we can't start getting in the really good units yet. So we're just going to wait there. We're going to let the other nations go and see what ends up happening. Got a couple more turns in us before this is over, so we'll see. Well, over for the week anyway. So we'll see how it goes. I would love to go and push directly towards Karazakarak and take the Everpeak, but we kind of can't. We just have to make sure our armies are a lot more elite, because we are restricted until we can take Karazakarak Peaks back. And there's Carcassonne gone. We got Authoritarian for Joneth.
Let us begin.
Now, I would love it if we could get into... What is their control is going down. We might be able to force them into a rebellion if we're lucky enough. Now, he has a lot of Slayers. Slayers are kind of good and kind of bad. They're good against large things. They have the Death Blow, and they're fast, and they have Whirling Axes, which are all great traits. They're just kind of crap when it comes to long-term fighting. They're kind of like our cavalry. And we got 5 Quarrelers and 4 sets of Warriors. Let's get another set of great weapons.
Revenge incarnate.
Now let's see if we can bait him out here. Branca Hills is under Scabby Eye's control. Let's check our diplomacy. What would
I trust our dealings will bear fruit, friend. All right.
There we go. With the Golden Order on our side, that helps us out a little bit. Going down.
This action does not have my
There's not really anything here. Averland, though, we can get a military alliance with, and that'll actually solve our mission. Complete our mission, not solve it. Disciples of the Maw. I don't want to leave them up. Like, I would love to get rid of Skragg. It just would. A War Banner is 8 leadership to the assigned unit. Earn 20 allegiance with any allied faction, so that's not too difficult. We do have a lot of cash now, so what we could do is at Abraham.
Approach us, friend, and make your offer.
We could go to War Coordination, and in Averland, go to our outpost. They do have some other places, but if we go to Averheim itself, construct an outpost there, that'll help protect them against the vampire counts. It'll give them a defensive unit, or a couple of defensive units of miners, blasting chargers, and some quarrelers. Not exactly the perfect thing to do, but it's enough to help. And I don't think we can actually hold off. We're gonna have to take the risk and fight this battle. It's just giving us a close victory, but if we put in a couple of siege towers and continue the siege, maybe they'll come out and fight us, in which case we'll be able to deal with Skragg himself. Because if we can take Akendorf before this, I will be very, very happy. Then we can go after Carrick 8 Peaks, or Karasa Karak, sorry, not Carrick 8 Peaks. That's our end goal. Not this one. I'm kind of tempted to go take on that army too, but with those Cygors there, we don't really have enough forces. So let's let the other nations go and see if they actually come out to engage us. And they did. So this is actually going to go out onto the battlefield. And if we play this right, because these trappers, yeah, they hit hard. They've got a lot of ogres that are going to come in. They've got like 5 units of ogres, 3 of Noblars, but it's the Noblar trappers that are the only real pain in the butt. So they got like 8 units of ogres, and it's Skragg and another lord. If we do this right, it should be fine, but we'll see. We're fortunate in the fact that we have heroes that just cannot be taken on. We might actually be able to just kill Og before anything happens. If we send our Runesmith, Belegar, and our Thane into combat with them.
For the High King! Dwarf warriors!
At once unite!
Dwarf warriors!
Alright, so there's our front line.
For the Caravan Corps!
If you insist.
Alright, so where, oh where, is Og? Because the main armies are going to come from over here. So we want to set up as best we can to engage on this flank. Our Rune Priest, our Thane, and Belegar will go with our Rangers to deal with that. And we'll try to get realigned to fight the armies coming in from the side. But we'll put our engineer right there. Alright, so there's that, and let's get our 3 boys charging over to deal with him. Let's pause real quick, because they're going to have to run a fair distance. Let's get our dwarves set up to where our archers are in range of everything that comes on here. So, should be enough right there. We'll get them moving. Get our engineer over there as well. Let's see how well this works. The idea is if we can kill Og off before they get on the field, we can end this battle and actually make it so that we have another turn, we can delay them and kill off some of their units. See how it works out though. And I'm doing the double recording thing again this week, so we might just have the chance to see a lot more of this because I'm honestly enjoying this campaign. It's a ton of fun, and we're going to see where it ends up. We still got like 10 minutes left for today's episode. Anyway. Really though, chasing Og off is good. We should have probably killed him. Ah, and there it is. There's the fight. But without Og, this is slightly better. So he's got to come out and fight us on the field, and we can set up. So we're going to get our fight in. If this one goes a little bit long, I'm okay with that. The big thing is avoiding all of the disciple spells. Gastromancy is a nasty school of magic. This, however, allows us to fight the ogres on our terms. The entire enemy army is going to be on their side of the field, which means there's no reinforcements on the sides, the flanks, whatever. We can set up and fight them directly in this line. So these rocks here are actually going to help us. But what we're going to do is get our Dwarf warriors, as we always have. Reset our forces to how they need to be. So with that rock in the way, if we set up like this, with our Thane on this side this time, we put our engineer over here and take his skirmish mode off, and set up our quarrelers right in the center. That'll be nice and neat. And put our grudge thrower there. It should allow us, in theory at least, to deal with them at range. Now, wherever Skragg is where we want Belagar to go. We're going to need that. We're going to put our Rune Lord on this side as well, and that'll be fine. But as for our Rangers, we're going to want them up here to be a kind of flanking force. We're going to want to come in and start shooting down some of the enemy units. Alright, so our Rangers kind of got into a bad position off the start. Let's just pause real quick, pull our Rangers back, and let's set up like this. So that the enemy has to come down right against our elite forces. And we'll put our Runesmith over on this side. And we'll get our Thane over in here. Our Grudge Thrower, we're just going to turn in place. Our Rangers are in serious risk. I don't know how well those Rangers are going to do against the enemy in close combat, but they have successfully done what we needed them to do. That is a lot of Noblar trappers, and there's even more of them coming in. Alright, so let's get our 2 units of warriors over here to go into those Noblars. See what we can do about getting these in here. Now, where is Skragg? Skragg is right in the middle there. Belagar and our Rune Lord are going to go after him. Definitely want to be on the offense here.
Satisfy the grudge. Charge!
I'm really hoping we don't have any units wiped out. That's out of range, so we want to actually cancel that.
Move now!
Get you onto Skragg. Yeah, our Rangers are getting decimated, which sucks. The Shadow Division and the Flame Outriders might need to get new unit named after them. But we're winning the fight everywhere else.
Attack the Orcs! Belagar Ironhammer! Ready to fight! Dwarf warriors!
Our Rangers were pretty much sacrificed for everybody else.
Yes, laddie! Move to attack! Vengeance! Bring everything! Away attack! The clans unite! Understood! They have wronged us! Justine! Bring the Orcs! Plow through!
Alright, we'll allow some chasing to go on, but not a whole lot. And let's see if we can kill Skragg off. Okay, with Skragg gone, their morale should just shatter.
Kill them! Nothing can stop us! Going now! Going quickly! protesters! Yes, hey!
Okay, it looks like our ranger units have survived, if only just.
For the cannons and
And our quarrelers should start shooting again. Everything's going fine so far. Let's get those Noblar trappers with some of our dwarf warriors here. Wow, there are a ton of trappers coming in from that side.
For the High King!
Let's see if we can drop a few of them down. And our Thane, we're going to send over here if we can. Our grudge throwers are getting a lot of damage sent at them.
They have wronged us!
I did not even see them slip on this side, so well played, well played.
Withdraw!
Our quarrelers can pretty much handle themselves at this point. Dwarf warriors with great weapons up there are having a little bit of issues.
It is a reckoning!
Essentially got a bunch of mini brawls going on all over the place. The worst thing these trappers could do is get into melee with our quarrelers.
Ready! Fire on the foe!
That's an awful lot of Noblars. Pretty sure it's Noblars. Yeah, Noblar. Alright, we got our victory. Still a close victory, but it's a victory nonetheless. And killing Skragg is a definite blow. A lot of our units were brought down, but look at how well our quarrelers put up numbers. They're definitely pulling their weight. The grudge throwers got a lot too, though it's going to take a few turns for them to recover. Hammerers did their thing, the bringers of sunshine. Ironic, given that we are the dwarves. Now, Skragg's units, they have 1,200 remaining, but they're mostly Noblars. Most of their ogres were wiped out, so including the unit that did most of its damage to us. Let's do the treasury option. Okay, they made the Akendorf camp, which, not surprising. We'll see how the end of this turn shakes out. Oh, we got a Talisman of Endurance and a Cooper. The Broken Axe had a failed war. The Creeping Death had destroyed. Creeping Death were way up here. If I can click on something besides the armies. Oh, the Beastmen actually did us a favor for a change. Wiped out the Forest of Gloom, which is nice. And what do we have left here? Not a whole lot.
my recipes. Bring him!
Now we still have a lot of units here. Are we able to get any allied recruitment? Not in this stance. We have a couple of units of Slayers available, which would be nice. We could also get the Dragonback Slayers or the Godlobber's Grudge Thrower. Oh, it's tempting. I think that's a decision we're going to leave for the start of the next video, though. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, see yourself in this or other Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win, and until next time, take care.